What's up, y'all? This is Jeffery of Jeffery TV coming to you live on Memorex from an undisclosed location, alternate route. It's about 5:18. No about it. It's 5:18 p.m. on this January 27th in the year of our Lord 2024. I'm out here walking in 90+ degree weather. If you can see, I'm wearing shorts, so you can't see. I'm wearing shorts and I'm not wearing a long sleeve shirt like I usually do. So I'm not really going for the ultimate sweat out. Yesterday went pretty good. Yesterday went fairly good. Fairly good. I believe I woke up this morning when I finally did get on the scale at 11, since I didn't work today. I laid in the bed. Had a few caregiving activities in the morning at 6 a.m. And how many of us like being woken up at 6 a.m. on their day off? Raise your hand if you do. Put your hands down, don't be silly. But I got through that, and for the most part, it was good to be able to do something or accomplish something with the sense that I'm gonna get it over with, then I'll be done for the rest of the day. Knowing damn well that's just not how it works when you are a caregiver. Especially if you're a caregiver and offspring. It gets to the point where, you know, I'm just not cut out to be of service. I'm just not cut out to be of service to other people. I'm just not. And I don't want to embrace it. I can do any goddamn thing I want. Jeffrey can do and be anything he wants. It's obviously a fact that I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that. And a slight justification or explanation of that is I very rarely ask anybody to do anything for me. I very rarely ask people to do anything for me. At the least in the last 10, 15 years. If not even before then. And if I did ask you for something back then, it was something because I really needed it. And I'm sure I compensated you for it, or with some kind of trade involved, or some kind of compensation, or an explanation of why I needed your help or your service. I don't want to depend on anybody for anything, and I don't want anybody to depend on me for anything. But people are gonna say, well, that's your mother. And I'll say, so what? I'm just not cut out that way. I'll find another way. Even I have to pay somebody every penny in my paycheck, and I go sleep under a bridge. I would rather do that than to be of service to someone. But there is a sense of accomplishment there. I understand how crucial or important it is to be there for my aging mother in her situation. And I was talking to a coworker the other day about her mother and, you know, her caregiving activities. Another coworker was there, talking about his mother and him going through that too. And I said it before and I say it again. Best case scenario. It's probably a lot of wind, huh? I need to get my wind guard taken care of on this microphone. I'm gonna figure it out. If I gotta put a sock over it or something, I gotta get my wind guard up because I know it's a lot of wind. It's probably all windy, especially with me walking this way. But it's the best case scenario to bury your parents, to be there for them at the end and to bury them. The alternative, and the worst case alternative, is for them to bury you. That is the absolute worst case scenario. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but that's just one extreme of the spectrum that we're talking about. So I know it's my duty. I accept the duty. I fight as much of it as I can. There's certain things I won't do. There's certain things that I'm just like, oh, forget it. Take all my money. I'm not doing that. Actually, it's not. I will figure something out, but there's like one thing that I'm not gonna do. You know, there are limits. But, you know, for the most part, you get that taken care of in the morning. Let the caregiver come in the morning, 6 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock, whatever that was. This morning, meeting them, getting them accustomed to, you know, how they get into place. And, you know, it's a new caregiver. Come in the morning and do this, do that. And after I did that and got her pretty much settled, I went back to bed for like maybe an hour, hour and a half. And probably woke up late there another hour and a half. And my mother's room that I'm sleeping in, that's basically a blackout curtain. It's pretty much a blackout curtain. So the room stays dark. And I'm really not used to that. Because my shades, my blinds in my room, even at night with them closed, there's still enough light to read because of the apartment next door or whatever. And during the day, it's like, wow. But when I do open them, it is a lot brighter. I would say that. But it's just a lot, I'm just used to a lot of light waking up. And I'm pretty much anti-blackout curtains. I know having blackout curtains cannot be good for me. I know that. I know it's like, no, don't even. You know, you like that morning sun waking me up. You know, I think that's a good thing. But it is nice to lay there in central air. It's like 100,000 degrees outside, it's hot. So I'm laying there, air conditioning. I got like comforters, blankets on. Well, yeah, comforters and blankets are still on that bed. You know, of course I'm not under them, but they're like, you know, between my legs or below my waist, but there, you know, there's blanketing there. Even though it's 100 degrees outside, that's how cool the room stays. It stays pretty cool. The way we got it set now, I like it. The way we got it set, it's not too much, not too little. And then when I go outside, I realize, whoa, good job, air conditioning. Good job. Good job. Because I'll be in there working. And it's not that I'm hot, but I feel a little warm. I feel a tad warm. I'm like, oh, it could be, you know, when you say to yourself, oh, it could be a little cooler in here. You know, maybe I should turn the air down. And then when I go out on my break and I feel how hot it really is outside, I go, oh, okay, I'm cool. We cool. So at night sleeping, so waking up on Saturday morning with a blackout curtain, the alarm is turned off, in a cool, you know, quiet environment, pretty much silence. Mother's TV got turned up a little bit this morning, last night, this morning. I was able to go down there and turn that back down because we got it set up with some speakers that are close to her, because the TV sits on the other side of the room. So we got speakers, you know, back by her head that I ran an extension. The only thing with the TV now, the volume control doesn't control the volume on those speakers. So they're just like set. The volume control on those speakers is just like set. So you gotta kind of like nail it, you know, the way she can hear stuff and this stuff, and sometimes Netflix would be all loud and YouTube would be another volume, and, you know, but she does usually read captions anyway, so that kind of helps. But sometimes it just be like, you hear all that, you know, TV talk and sound and special effects, and be like loud. I can hear it up in my room, and the TV's on all the time. The TV is on all the time. In fact, if we're sitting there watching something, we're watching our Chicago Fire, and I got to get up to go to get something in the kitchen or something, I'll hit pause, and that little bit of quiet right there It's almost like that bothers her. That little bit of pause, that little bit of quiet. You know, she want to fill it with something. So that's how it goes. And in fact, the last TV she had, she wore out. That's what I call it. It's sitting in the garage. If I didn't throw it away yet, I think she just wore it out. It was probably on for 3 years straight. And these things, you know, do you take them to get them fixed? Yeah. Throw the damn thing away. Get another one. And I'm not a TV person. I am a TV person, but I don't have it on as, as background noise all the time. Anyway, so got that taken care of. I was laid back down. It was quiet. Even put on a podcast in the morning. Listen to Sam Harris, I believe. Or was it Glenn Lowry? I forget which one I was listening to. But just to go back to sleep. No, that was after I ate. Because I went back to sleep like an hour and a half or whatever, woke up and just laid there for a little while, and just kind of chilled. And then the next thing I know, between sleep and chilling and just being there, it was 10 o'clock, and that's when Cha-Cha's open. Cha-Cha's open. I went and got my carne asada burrito, chips and guacamole. Before I did my walk, I didn't do any walking or anything. I did no walking, I just went and ate, then went back to bed. Came in, ate, watched the Olympics for a little bit, then went back to bed. Took a nap, I guess. And I realized, I knew that the Olympics was on Peacock. I was like, I might subscribe to Peacock, maybe what, $7 a month, for a couple of months to get the Uber Olympic coverage, some of everything. And then I fired it up on had it on my, Fire Stick. I thought I had taken it off, but I went to Peacock and I hit it and it went right into it. Like it was still, installed on the Fire Stick. I didn't even see it. I didn't know it was still installed on the Fire Stick. I thought I had canceled subscription. Come to find out, I must have grabbed a special offer, $20 for a year of Peacock. So I had Peacock and didn't even know it. But I bet if I look in my calendar, I set an alarm or alert to cancel Peacock before it renews at $80 a year. So I was like, oh, cool. So I'm sitting there watching Olympic coverage, which is what I wanted to do. And I was telling the Dane that, sure, I'm watching the Olympics and all that, and it's fun, it's good, but really it's more about the technology. More about being on my phone, getting the live updates to see, the medal count and what's going on live versus what I see on TV. Because Peacock has every goddamn sport in the Olympics. It's just constant. It can't be constant because I'm sure they're not doing sports 24 hours a day there, even though they should if you think about it. But I'm pretty sure they're not doing sports, whenever. There's got to be a break. But, you see all these sports going on all the time. You really can't keep up with all of them. And I don't know if Peacock has DVR. In fact, I think I Googled and it doesn't. But hopefully they'll have replays. I know they got a replay for the opening ceremony. And yes, I'm sick of Snoop Dogg already. My God, what is the world coming to? We're doomed. We are doomed. We are doomed. Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg, do you know what he stands and what he represents? We're trying to make that mainstream. Is that the goal? Is that the goal? To make with Snoop Dogg, not only just the weed smoking, but the gang banging and where he came from. And remember, I don't know if he was on Fuck the Police, but that's where he comes from. Here's Deal Hunters. It used to be called Deal Burners. Now it's called Deer Hunters. And they changed the name, and I saw they moved everything out. Looked like it's open too. See, everything on Thursday is $10, everything on Friday is $7. And they got tables upon tables of stuff. if you can see in there. You just go in there, whatever's on the table, you get it for that price. I'll buy some junk. I got some junk from in there. I got a light, and I got like a drone that I never, whatever. Some cheap stuff. I got, a few things. I got like a cell phone holder that you hang around your neck. And it's like, no, I got that in Ohio. Never mind. I got that back when I was in Ohio because it's still at Kimberly's house now. Anyway, speaking of Kimberly's house, remember I was telling y'all about pedestrians don't get the right of way? I made a post that pedestrians don't get the right of way. I think I made videos about pedestrians not getting the right in Ohio. 35-year-old man got hit and killed on Market Street, same street I walk on, right by my daughter's house. Like, almost perpendicular Market Street to my daughter's house. But it's in a space where if I walk to the mall, I don't walk past it. And if I walk to the south side, the South High School, I don't walk past it. It's like right in front of my daughter's house from the street she lives on Market Street. So I rarely walk literally past that point. I walk like around it. A lot of wind. I know I'm gonna need a wind guard. I know I can hear the wind on me. So let's just get through it. And I'll learn my lesson. I'll get it taken care of. It's probably all kinds of wind and stuff. But yeah, a 35-year-old man got hit and killed. Somebody was on Facebook, they said they were riding down the street, driving someplace, and there was a body in the middle of the street with a sheet over it. It was just laying there, And then come to find out what had happened, hit and run. I mean, they were hitting, whatever. So you gotta watch out, pedestrians don't get the right of way. I'm like, how do you get hit by a car? How do you get hit by a car on Market Street? It's not like you're running across the freeway or something. Was it at midnight? I don't think it was late at night. I think it was during the day. How do you get hit by a car? It's probably going to be an investigation. But anyway, so I woke up this morning. I do believe the lowest weight I got this morning was 216.0. That was the second time I got up. I think it was at 216.6 when I first got up at 8 or whatever that was. Then when I went to Cha-Cha's, got my burrito, ate. Also had about 5 Fig Newtons and 2 mini bites of Snickers and Reese's Cup with the 5 Fig Newtons and Kool-Aid. Laid back down with the bed, woke up, got on the scale, 218.6. And now I'm out here walking. And I'm walking without my full regalia, if you notice. In fact, let me see if I can do something for you. Here's what I want to try this. Let me see if I can do this and how fast I can do it. I want to be able to put this on the tripod and get a full shot and see how long. Because I know that the microphone should work from distance, so I want to see how. Look, see what I'm wearing? I usually have long sleeve shirt, and long pants. But since it was 95 degrees out here, I'm just coming out here like this, with shorts on and short sleeve shirt. You can see my fatness. See, my fatness ain't so bad when I stand up. And maybe too much information, but there's a pending bowel movement that may be worth a pound or two. And I'm walking now, so that 218.6 could be, when I walk and I sweat and I have my long sleeve shirt on, hell, sometimes I walk in this weather, I have a sauna suit on, have my sauna jacket on, long pants, and just sweat like a pig. When I do that, I can lose 4 pounds. So that 218.6 could really go down to something nice, because yesterday, after my walk, after my, like, quote unquote normal walk on a work day, after, you know, waking up. And I think I woke up yesterday at 2:16, or something like that. I had, after my walk, you know, I was sweating, I came in at 212.4, 212.6 or something like that. So I was on the 212, that was very encouraging. And I knew, I told y'all that Saturday, today and tomorrow, something I gotta be leery of. Gotta be, you know, aware of, watch my habits, don't let it slip too far. So I can come in Monday strong. If I can hit Monday going strong. And just keep that momentum going. Another video I made that I haven't posted yet. I was talking about how it was good to work 2 full weeks without taking a day off or skipping a day. Just looked at my time card, it was just like, boom, 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 boom. You know, 10 straight days of start to finish, you know, perfectly. No PTO, no this, no that. So that's gonna help. I'll go from 19 hours of PTO to 27 hours. Get a couple more weeks like that. Get that PTO up over 45 or whatever. Then it'll be time for me to travel again. And that'll be a few more days knocked off and this and that. Hopefully I'll get a Wednesday, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Maybe we can work from home. That'll save me a day because I'll probably be in Ohio. And I think the Steelers play the Browns before Thanksgiving every year. And I go back there for granddaughter's birthday every year. And it's November 23rd, right around Thanksgiving. And Pittsburgh plays Cleveland in Cleveland about that time every year. And this year, I think they play on a Thursday night. So that'll be another PTO day to go to that game in Cleveland. Because I'm probably gonna go. Yeah, more than likely. It's probably a lot of wind. I bet you it's a lot of wind. And in a way, I hope it is, because that's gonna make me have to do my wind guard. So, you know, say that PTO day for Pittsburgh and PTO day, go to the Funketeers Ball that Friday, 27th. It adds up. It's been accumulated. It was back in the back of the day, when I used to just work, I accumulated like 70, 80 hours of PTO, like 90 hours of PTO. And then I would just take like a week or two and go to Europe. I would have enough to do that. I haven't had enough to do that in a while. So, and I would like to have that just in case, you know, I want to go to Europe. I guess P-Funk wasn't playing in Europe. So, and that kinda, there's probably no kinda about it. That probably took away my incentive to go to Europe. You know, I mean, I still want to go, but without that P-Funk playing over there, catalyst to my motivation, I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. Been there, done that. But the P-Funk, they need to do is play South America. I haven't been to that continent yet. Like I told Mr. Clinton at the meet and greet, play Antarctica. I want to go there too. I want to go to all the continents, damn it. And the way it could be planned out is that I go to Chile, South America, maybe stop in Brazil on the way down there, Go to Chile, then from Chile is where you catch your Antarctica excursion. That might cost $15,000, $20,000 just to say I've been to Antarctica. I'd do it. I would do it. I got it like that, or I can make it like that. I can find it like that. I can pull that off. You don't get an excursion. Guess you got to do this, do that, do that. Go to Antarctica. So you've been on every continent. That's what I want to do. That's probably a bucket list. I don't know, my bucket list is go to space. That's my bucket list. My bucket list is to go to space. That's mine. That's my big dog right there. I mean, I gotta see how much they charge to go to space. Because I would probably do it. I would probably do it. Because they probably just fly you up there. You go around for like 6 hours and come back or something like that. For like $150,000. $200,000 to do that. I mean, it depends on how much time. We get to spend the night in space. We get, how many revolutions around the Earth do we get? Do we actually see the Earth? You know, from a distance? You know, what are we gonna see? What do we get? How much we get for our $150,000, $200,000? Yeah, this thing is probably windy as hell. Wind blowing right in my face. Let me see if I turn around, will it be? See, if I turn around, you probably don't hear nothing, see? If I turn around like that, you probably not getting as much. I gotta get that taken care of. And I will. So I'm out here now. Mr. Scale told me 218.6 when I left the building. I'm walking. Even though it's like 90 degrees out here, I'm not sweating like I usually do, nowhere near as much. In fact, you see my shirt isn't even wet. Usually by now my shirt is soaking wet. Not because of the breeze or whatever. So it'll be interesting to see the weight loss, the weight drop, how much my weight drop after this walk when I get back. And that may give me an indication of how much water it is that I'm losing. Because losing water really doesn't mean nothing. I don't think it really has, you know, in the bigger sense of everything, the water, you know, the big drop in weight because of water really isn't what you're, you know, what you're going after. But the number is so nice. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get back and I'll get my usual 2.8. 2.8 is what I used to always get on these walks. And then so if I do this tomorrow, I'll probably wear my long pants and my long shirt. I'll probably wear my, and I even brought my son a jacket, just in case. But we'll see. Maybe the number won't be so bad. Maybe the number will be, the number that I drop, it will be good enough to where, oh, okay. You know, I'm not really losing too much by sweating like a pig or whatever. Because it almost feels weird to be out here walking and not sweating for my shirt to be dry. Usually by the time I get back, by now, my shirt is soaking wet. And that's even in the morning when it's not that hot. So it might be the breeze or something like that. So, you never know. Actually, you do. You can't say you never know because sometimes you do. I could probably just say, I don't know. That's probably the best way to go. For me just to say, I don't know. But just to be out here, keeping it moving. getting out, talking to y'all, talking to a camera, being out and about, waking up. Thinking about what project or what activity I can do to keep my mind from eating. I mean, there's gonna be some food tonight. There's gonna be some eating tonight. There's no way around it. How much and when and how? Did I tell you yesterday I ate broccoli? Last night, I ate broccoli and some wheat thins and cheese. I actually had broccoli. And I'm thinking I'm doing myself good. Of course, it was a lot of butter and lemon pepper, but I had broccoli. And I probably had, you know, a significant amount of wheat thins and cheese. But it was, you know, it wasn't junk food. And of course, I had some Fig Newtons and mini Reese Cups and mini Snickers too after that. But I thought I did pretty good. Then I looked at the scale when I got there. When I got to the scale and to see what I went to bed last night, it was 218.6. I was hoping to be lower than that. So I was kind of disappointed. All right, let me see if I can pause this. Check to see how many steps I got. Unless they gonna let me go. No, they ain't. Let me see if I can pause this, see how many steps I got. Okay, was that thing recording? I don't know what it was doing. Anyway, I got 6,200 steps. So if I turn around now, I'll probably get back with over 12,000, which is, you know, more than my 10,000 that I'm shooting for, minimum. And I just try to have myself get the minimum on the weekends. I give myself that break. 10,000 minimum. So that means if I have 10,001 step, that's a win. During the week, I'm getting 16, 17, I'm getting like 16,500 steps during the week when I'm working. And I think sometimes on Friday, I can feel I'm tired. I mean, I'm physically tired. You know, I'm like, my body is a little worn after a week. Those last few steps, that last break on Friday feel heavy. And it might be psychological with me thinking, yeah, you're almost there. We're almost done. This is it. Then you can, you know, the work week, blah, blah, blah. It might be just me mentally, you know, exhaling. But it's good to get rest, and I'm starting to realize that I may need more sleep, and I've been allowing myself at least more downtime, more rest time, lay in the bed, relax, try to lay in the bed and relax and watch TV and not do nothing. Try not to be active, be it physically or mentally, even though a lot of my activity is not due to stress or it's not strenuous. It's still expending energy. You kind of want to, maybe I need to watch that instead of always being go mode. Not like super go mode, but it's like, what's next, what's next, what's next? Keep it moving, keep it moving. Because even during my development time at work, we get an hour development time. Sometimes I do take the day off. Sometimes I don't do nothing. You know, there's no doubt about that. Sometimes, you know, I don't do nothing. One time I took a nap because I had a headache. But usually I like to keep myself busy. You know, watching something or reading something. I always got to be on to something. You know, be it this or be it that. I don't like sitting idly. Even maybe when I sit idle and eat and watch my YouTubes, even then I want to be watching something that I'm learning from or gaining from most of the time. Sometimes it's just for pure entertainment. And most of the time, sometimes I do want something mindless, like a good sci-fi science fiction. By sci-fi, I mean SY-FY, that kind of corny science fiction. You know, sometimes I want that. Nothing too involved, nothing too detailed, or something that I could just kind of space out on, just relax and just kind of vibe it. Not even vibe it, you know, just kind of have it on and, you know, laugh at the storyline and do it that way, do it this way. So that's about it on a Saturday. That's how my Saturday goes. I walk down here past Waterman, walking to Hunt. I believe it's Hunt. We're gonna go down here and see how it feels to walk back. I feel good though. I feel really good. No, I don't think I'm gonna make it to Hunt. Hunt is the next leg. I think I'm just gonna make it down to here and turn around and go back. I don't know, I feel pretty good. Maybe I should do it. I feel pretty good. Maybe I should, you know? Maybe I should try to go all the way down. Let me see if I turn around if you can see it. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it that far, especially with the glare of walking into the sun. But this is the first light. Hunt is the next light. I should go on and do it, huh? Should I go on and do it? I'm out here. I need the steps. I gotta walk up that burrito. I need to do it. Remember, I didn't know what a burrito was till I came out here. People are like, you want a burrito? I'm like, what's that? They took me to Jim's Hamburger at the corner of Lincoln and Woodbury in Altadena. And I got a burrito. And I love them damn thing. I used to love them damn thing. And then as I started to understand what they were and what I was eating, I don't even know what the hell I was eating. That wasn't no burrito. I don't know what they put inside that thing. But whatever it was, I used to love it. I don't even think it was real. Whatever it was, I don't even think it was real. It definitely wasn't meat. At least I don't think, or something like that. I used to eat them damn meat. They used to call it a meat burrito. I don't know what it was. Some kind of, nobody would eat them but me. I used to love them damn things. And now, as my education in Mexican food progressed, and now I really understand, you know, what good Mexican food can be. I ain't gonna say what good Mexican food is, but I know at least what it can be. Like one time, this co-worker of mine gave me some refried beans. And I'm like, yeah, beans, refried beans, blah, 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 blah. No, these things was on another level. That stuff I was eating out the can, no, that wasn't it at all. That stuff I was eating out the can, that wasn't it at all, zero. This stuff just changed. These beans tasted so good, it was almost like meat. They tasted good as meat, that's how good these beans was. So that was my evolution and learning. Come from Ohio, back where a lot of people still don't eat sushi. I ain't no raw fish. That's where I'm from. It was my people. And I side with them and I identify with them. Coming from that. Key word is coming from. Having that as my basis. that is the basis of the foundation of what you started. Versus, like I tell people out in California, people born and raised out here, they spoiled. They have no idea what real life is like. They just know what it's like in California. And I'm not just talking about the no snow part. The whole Hollywood, downtown, Lakers, beaches, mountains, opportunities out here. Because even if you are in South Central Los Angeles, probably a lot of wind. I know. Because even if you are in South Central Los Angeles, 20 miles from where you are, you're in the entertainment capital of the world. A bus ride. You're like at the top of the, the entertainment industry. Opportunity and just record companies, major record companies, major studios, all that. A place like Ohio, you grow up in a poor area, a poor neighborhood, you got 60, 70 miles to go, maybe just to get to Cleveland. And Cleveland is your Mecca. And I'm not trying to put Cleveland down, but to have Los Angeles as your Mecca on an hour bus ride or having to drive 70 miles to get to Cleveland. I'm just saying, the despair, I can imagine. And even if you're in South Central or whatever neighborhood is, they may be challenged, at risk, poverty, whatever. And even though Hollywood and Los Angeles and all this, all the multi-million-dollar opportunities or whatever is, 20 miles from you, your culture may make it seem like to the moon. Your culture may make it may be like an impossibility. It could be like, that elephant who is tied up all his life. Then when it gets big enough to break that chain, it can't. Your culture and your understanding of things may hold you back. When all you gotta do is get on the red line or the blue line or whatever and go to Santa Monica and deal with a different class of people, a different demographic, education-wise, opportunity-wise, inspiration-wise, motivational-wise. People are motivated to go and do and be something. Not saying that people in South Central don't have that motivation, but there's some really aggressive go-getters. The best the world has to offer comes to Los Angeles to compete, to get in. People come from all around the world to dance at this party. And if you want to get in, you got to have something. Sure, they'll let you work the door. You can work the parking lot. But to get in the party is a level. To get behind VIP is another level. To get to go upstairs is another level. Penthouse is another level. There's different levels of these things, and I like it that way. Everybody shouldn't have everything. There is hierarchy.
Thank you.
I heard something coming. I'm like, what? There is hierarchy. And I believe in that hierarchy. It's called opportunity. You just ain't born into it and it ain't handed to you. You got to start off at a certain level. It helps. It helps if your parents were to position you at a certain part of the ladder. And you go from there, and hopefully you take it to the next level. You know, maybe I did that. Maybe I did that by coming to California and then having people come to California following me. My mother followed me. Mother and sister followed me to California. And so my niece was born out here. She was born and raised out here. And she graduated from UCLA. To me, that's an evolution of the lineage. That our lineage went up, or wherever you want to call it. You can put it as politically incorrect as you want, but we went up. Have her come out and graduate from UCLA. That's a big deal. And the way she was raised, in my mind, it was a given. It's just the way, the grades, the way she handled school, the way we looked at it, the way her mother, probably definitely her mother, and the way I challenged her about who was smart and who wasn't, and ended up in prison, and you know, just the way I tease and tell her, look, I just came from Paris. Look, you know, let her know that that's out there. You know, ooh, I just came from Moscow. Want a souvenir? You know. So she got her chance to go to UCLA. She did it. It was a given. And that's just the evolution of, I believe, our lineage. And that came from me. You know, my parents were doing something for me. They gave me whatever to where I was ready to get out of Youngstown. Now see, before that, I came out with Noreen. Noreen came out. I think first Danny and Jean came out. Then Noreen came out. No, first Lynette came out. Aunt Leela came out. See, it all goes back. Family members that I knew of and kind of knew. In fact, Lynette used to babysit me. Lynette, Noreen, and them used to babysit me before I even knew who I was. There's pictures of them holding me when they still teenagers. You know? There's pictures of them holding me when they still teenagers. So they came out here. Noreen came out, and her sister, Debbie, her sister is my age, came out. Then when I graduated, they sent me out too, because they, you know, I had to get out of Youngstown. You had to get out of there for something. And before, you know, I left Youngstown, I learned how to get around public transit in Columbus, Ohio, dealing in a bigger city. You know, big city, Ohio State, Broad Street, running around downtown Columbus, putting in resumes, learning that game at that level. So when I came out to California, the game got much bigger, but it was pretty much the same. It got bigger and faster, but it's pretty much the same. So I went looking for a job and I got one. The rest is history. Took that bus out, $99 bus ticket, Greyhound bus station, Youngstown, Ohio, to the Greyhound bus station on Walnut in Pasadena. But she picked me up. Rest is history. Been here ever since. Were there moments when I thought I was gonna go back, I wanted to give it up and go back? I'm sure I pondered it. I'm sure I pondered it. But it was really so fast that I got a job in an apartment. I think it was like within a year or so, or something like that. Or I got a job in my own apartment that, you know, I hit the ground running. It really wasn't, and then I had my father helping me out if I got into too much of a bind. And then Terry came out and was living with me. And she got pregnant. Then the family started, we got married, went down that road. By then I was kind of established. And yeah, I was working at Avacom. So I was kind of established. I was working at Avacom when I quit drinking, I believe, 89. Because in 96, yeah, I was still working at Avacom. So I quit drinking in 89. And I left Avacom in 95. So I was working in the aerospace industry. So I was making, a little bit of money. I was making a decent amount of money. So I was, established, sort of. I had my foot on the ground. And it was probably a chance where, I could have failed. Definitely a chance I could have failed, especially, living with family, short on bills and money. I remember our rent being behind. I remember owing the liquor store $400-500, all that. I remember walking to we didn't even have a phone. I remember walking to use the phone at the liquor store, calling my father collect, asking for money, all that. And, my support group, I did it, I made it. We worked our way out of that hole. I worked my way out of the child support hole. Then I worked my way out of tax debt hole. I worked my way out of a credit card hole because I had an apartment, a condo. I bought a condo. In fact, I filed bankruptcy twice. Now, all that's off my credit. My credit rating is about 800. And I'm comfortable. Yep. I like telling the story. I like telling the story. I do. I like telling the story. I'm proud of it. Pretty much what I always wanted to do. High school study hall. Dreaming about it. Drawing the LA logo in palm trees. Purple and yellow pencils. The whole thing. All of it. And my mother moved out when my son was born. She came out here when my son was born. My cousin Debbie ended up living right next to me. And the fun times about that is we both was drinking. It's back when I was drinking, she was drinking, and lived right next door to me. Woo! You know we turned up. You know we turned up. Just loud and arguing and, And my sister would be around. Other cousins, folks be around. Oh yeah. And then my mother, I think, lived with Debbie for a while. And my mother got her own place in Rancho Cucamonga or something like that. And cause she had a good nursing history, so she jumped right into jobs, making money, boom, 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 boom. No problem. When my sister came out, she got her own place eventually. She stayed with my mother for a long time, and she got her own place eventually. And that's how we got our feet planted. That's how the Mitchell family got their feet planted in Los Angeles. Because we knew, they told us, the steel mills are closing. Things are gonna change around Youngstown. Things are gonna change drastically. Opportunities are gonna be limited. They told us, they warned us. So I knew how to get out of there in 1980, 81, 82. 1983, August, jumped on a bus. And here I am. Anyway, coming to you outside, Southside Saloon. I want to go in there one day, just to peep it out, even though I don't drink, you know. You know what I did yesterday? I actually Googled nightclubs and happy hours and dance clubs. I forgot I used to do that stuff. You know? I'm so far, I guess I got so far away from it. Cause I rode by I was just riding, just to cruise to go somewhere after work, you know, just to get out. And I started riding around San Bernardino. San Bernardino kind of got it going on. On Hospitality Lane, it's like Claim Jumpers, Red Lobster, Black Angus, El Torito, and a bunch of other cabana places and food places. You know, I'm thinking, oh, these people probably got a, I remember people used to go to El Torito for happy hour. You know, back in LA. You know, after work, people go in there, they play music and they drink or whatever, just to hang out, see some people. I was like, I forgot all about that. And then I was like, wait a minute. Shouldn't they have some dance clubs? I used to love to go to a dance club. Or somebody playing live music, a nightclub. I'm like, oh my God, I ain't been to a nightclub. I even thought about going to a nightclub out here in years. Didn't even think about it. I like this old nostalgic thing when I walk by here. I haven't even thought about going to a nightclub. You know, just to get out, see some people, get some air, you know, some energy, change of environment, upticking it, you know, this energy around me. I was like, I didn't even think, I haven't even considered it. You know, just have like a little spot to stop by. You know, maybe go hear some music. Look at folks dancing, maybe vibe a little. Maybe even eat, huh? Maybe even eat. I know one spot I can go to on Fridays to do that. Kobe's to see the O show. See Oli Nero's band. But that's too far. With traffic from my house to getting off at 8 and getting down there, it's too far with traffic. But you know, go down there, I wouldn't eat all day. I'd go down there, eat, and listen to music, and vibe out, talk loud, you know. Anyway, just did an hour. I must feel pretty good if I just did an hour. This walk, if I did 6,200, that means I did 62 minutes. That means I should do 100, almost over 2 hours of walking. This may end up being over 2 hours of walking. Thousand steps every 10 minutes. Something like that. I still got a long way to go. I feel my body sweating more. I'm finally breaking a sweat. I feel my body kind of getting this rhythm and getting into it. Waking up. Go home, take a shower. Sit with mother. Maybe finish watching Mission Impossible. It was good, but it was long. Dead Reckoning. I like Tom Cruise movies. I don't care what you say. Just about every movie I saw Tom Cruise in it, I like. My mother said he ugly. I'm not seeing that. Because to me, he has the standard look, that stereotypical square face, quote unquote handsome look. But even though I don't see it, I'm not poo-pooing it out of experience. Because I know when my mother says something like that, it usually takes a while for it to hit me and for me to understand what she's saying or seeing. As my initial reaction is, lady, what you talking about? You don't know, not like you don't know what you're talking about, but what's she saying again? What's she talking about? She talking crazy. She talking crazy. It's a generational thing, I'm sure, or offspring parent thing. To be naturally put off, not put off, but like, not threatened, but like, don't tell me what to do. That instant, don't tell me what to do. You know, that kind of, not defiance, but that kind of, Anyway, swing on y'all 2 times. For me, for the funk. And for every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom, in this or in any universe that ever was, is, or will be. Totality of it all. Theory of universe. Hypothesis of all as one. My name is Jeffery.